That's right. Beer's doing a special morning stream. Good morning. Get your asses up. Get the crust out of your eyes. And tune in. That's right. Sip your coffee. Eat your toast. It's time with the host with the most. What's up, you guys? Fears, audience, fears, Star Wars shirt, a little bit of Knight Rider Season 4, and a drink. Cheers. So, Fears has already had his breakfast this morning. I've already had my coffee this morning. That's why I am not drinking coffee. I'm drinking some juice. Fears has been juicing. I haven't had any soda, and I actually have been losing weight. I have. I haven't checked the scale, though. I need to. I need to check the scale to see how much weight I've actually lost. But I have been losing some weight. My shirts have been baggier, which I already like to wear my shirts baggy to begin with, but they're even more baggier because I'm losing weight. That's always a good thing. Now, is the tummy gone? The tummy is not gone yet, but I'm working on it. Anyway, big shout out to the fans. Let me open up the chat. Man, oh man, I hung out with Larry last night, and that was even before the weekend started. So, man, I got to tell you guys about our first day. As soon as Larry gets done hanging out with his daughter, then we're gonna hang out. So I'm just waiting on the call from Larry. So yeah, but oh yeah. His So yeah. Anyway, let me just set things up here. I'm opening the chat. There we are. Switching from top chat to live chat. Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. Doing great. Doing well. There we are. And then bada bing, bada boom. There it is. I'm opening the chat. Yeah. All right. The chat is open. The chat is live. We got one person watching so far. Hopefully that'll change and we get more people in here. Let me just say, guys, Larry did not disappoint. And you know what? It was a nice surprise. It was a nice surprise that I got to hang out with Larry because I didn't even know we were going to hang out yesterday. Because Larry was like, Fears, I'm really tired. I had to stop somewhere. And I knew that he was going to stop because I was like, Larry, that is a long time to drive without getting food or gas or anything like that. That's a 14-hour trip from Indiana to Orlando, So I was like, hey, buddy, get here safe. No worries. If we can't hang out Thursday, we'll hang out Friday. So, but not only did Larry get in, he got checked into his hotel. He's only going to stay there for a day because tonight Larry's coming over. We're going to hang here and then hang on Saturday and hang on Sunday. I'll be honest. I didn't go to work last night. Fears' stomach was cringing. Cronesing. I was up to about 3 in the morning cronesing it up. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I lost weight just sitting on the toilet for a couple of hours. And then I was supposed to go in at like 3:45, and I just texted my boss. I'm like, there is no way I'm coming in. So he was like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, sometimes the Crohn's just takes over. And he's like, oh, is it a bad night? I'm like, that's an understatement. So it would go back and forth. Sometimes my stomach would hurt, and then I would Crohn's it up on the toilet. And then after I went to the bathroom for about an hour, then the pain went away. But then I was still, I don't want to gross anyone out, but the diarrhea was a-flowing. It was Crohn's-ing. So I don't know what the hell happened. I took my Crohn's medicine, and after I went to the bathroom straight for about 2.5, 3 hours, and I had my Crohn's medicine, then things started to mellow out. But it sucks that I couldn't go to work last night. But you got to do what you got to do. Yo, Shadow Collector, he says, if you smell what the Fears is cooking. Oh, nice reference, my friend. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's a good wrestler. He's a good actor. I have mega respect for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Mega respect. I would love to meet him in real life, Jason. I kid you not. I think everybody knows that. I follow him on everything. He's got a TikTok. I don't think he does much on his TikTok, but I do follow him. I follow him on TikTok. He posts a shitload on his Instagram, you guys. So, Instagram, YouTube, he posts a lot, and then I think he dabbles on Twitter, but I'd say the two biggies. He posts a lot on his Instagram. How he does all those posts baffle me. Because he'll do a couple of posts a day sometimes. Not always, not every day, but man, he posts a lot on his Instagram. So if I was hanging out with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I wouldn't even have to ask, like, hey, Dwayne, like, what's your favorite social media? I wouldn't even ask that because I already know. It seems like his first love, Jason, is Instagram. Because I love photography. I studied photography and film in film school. I love photography. So I would say his first love is photography, then it's his YouTube, you know? So yeah. I think his daughter is single and lives in Florida. You could be John "The Rock" Fears Jr. Well, I don't even know how old his daughter is. How old is his daughter? Is she around my age? Is she like 38, 37, something like that? Yo, Heroes and Villains Collectibles. Heroes, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot that I missed MegaCon. I didn't see just one Ghostbuster car. I saw 2 Ghostbusters cars in your video, and I was like, damn it! Damn it! Shit! So, the trolls don't have to say it. I'm going to say it. I cannot miss MegaCon next year. I'm telling you, I cannot. Unacceptable. But anyway, I was going through a lot this year with all the deaths and all the craziness. And I'm not using that as an excuse. The start of this year was absolute shit. It's getting better now, but I mean, I'm always going to miss my grandma and my dad, you know. It was just one death after another. But my grandma had a very nice ceremony. So was my dad. My dad's ceremony was, like, legit. It was awesome. My dad had so many friends, and my mom called all my dad's friends, and everyone contributed. My grandma had a lot of friends. Like my mom and my aunt pulled out all the stops from my grandma, and it was nice. I got to say a little something. People loved my speech for not only my dad, but for my grandma. So I wrote a nice... I need to read what I said about my grandma to you guys, if you guys would be interested. If you're not interested, then, you know, I won't read it, but it is a nice speech, you know. And then I put all my stuff that I wanted to say towards the beginning and the middle, and then I asked anyone else from my family, do you want me to put anything that you guys want to say in my speech? Because some people were like, John, you're going to have to speak for us. I asked my aunt, I said, hey, Aunt Dawn, I said, do you want to say something? She goes, oh, I'm too emotional. I said, well, why don't you write it down? I said, write it down, and I'll just add it into the speech, and I'll say, this part is from my aunt. This part is from my mom. And she goes, yeah, I could probably do that. I said, yeah, why don't you do that? I said, I mean, Grandma, you know, was your mom, so I'm like, you got to say something. But she's like, no, I'll write it. She's like, I just can't physically say it because, you know, people were getting emotional, and I was like, listen, I get it. So, anyway. Let's see, mid-late 20s. See, I'm getting older, Jason. That may be too young for the Fears, man, you know? Like, I kid you not. Like, I'm 40. I don't feel 40, but I am. So, probably, I'm telling you, the youngest I would probably date right now is like, probably 27, 28. And that's pushing it, you know? The latest I'd probably date is like 42, 43 right now. Something around there. So, yeah. But I did not know that he had family in Florida. I know at one time he lived in Miami because he went to the University of Miami, I believe, and he played football. But, I mean, once I thought his family moved once he got into the WWE and all that. But I could be, I don't know. I know some of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's background, but I don't know it total. So anyway, before we get going, I gotta watch 2 trailers and give my reaction. Everybody in the Discord last night was going nuts on some movie I've never heard of, and they were like shocked, and I was like, sorry, I'm like, just, this movie must have passed me by. I've never heard of it. I know who Stanley Kubrick is. I've watched, you know, Full Metal Jacket, and I've watched The Shining, but I never have heard of 2001 Space Odyssey or Space Adventure or whatever the hell it's called, so I'm going to watch that trailer. So, yeah. Oh, so he still lives in Miami. See, I did not know that. I didn't know that The Rock lived in Miami. I had no idea. That's pretty cool that he still lives in Miami, Jason. So, yeah, I've never heard of 2001 Space Odyssey, but I'm going to watch that, and then the dude keeps saying, hey, Fears, you got to watch The Lighthouse. And I was like, I'll watch it. I just love how some people think, like Mercenary Man and all the other people, like, I don't think you'd like 2001 Space Odyssey, Fears, like, knowing your taste. And I was like, how do you know? You're not John Fears. Let me watch it, and then I'll decide. Which I thought it was hilarious because I'm like, ever since I was a little kid, I've always liked sci-fi movies and sci-fi comic books and anything sci-fi, and I've loved space. Hell, when I was 15, I went to space camp, so I'm like, if it's a space movie, I'll probably like it. But then I just don't like when people are like, are basically putting words in my mouth. Like, I don't know, Fears. You know, in your taste, you probably wouldn't like 2001 Space Odyssey. I'm like, how do you know? How do I know? I've never seen the damn thing, you know? I said, let me watch it, and then I'll get back to you guys. So I'm going to watch the trailer real quick right now. I'm going to find it. But I was like, let me watch it, and then I'll decide if I like it or not. So I've never even seen a single frame of it. So I'm going to pull up the trailer, and if I like the trailer, then I'll go out and get the movie at some point, and I will watch it. So yeah, so here we go. 2001 Space Odyssey, Odyssey trailer. I just wanted to make sure I spelt it right. Alright. Oh, wow. They made this a long time ago. 1968. Damn! That is an old movie. Alright, let me click on it. Alright, here we go. Here we go.
One of the great challenges in this world is knowing enough about a subject to think you're right.
Gotta love those YouTube ads.
But not an...
Alright, here we go.
Welcome to voice print identification. When you see the red light go on, would you please state in the following order your destination, your nationality, and your...
Well, the space station so far is pretty cool. You know, that would be like they're flying on a ship, and they're going to this, like, revolving space station. So already I'm intrigued. So that's a good start.
Moon, American, Floyd, Haywood R.
Thank you. You are cleared through voice print identification.
Thank you.
Quite frankly, we have had some very reliable intelligence reports that quite a
Oh, there's some British people in this, so that's also a good start.
broken out into claims.
I know there have been some conflicting views held by some of you regarding the need for complete security.
Something apparently of an unknown origin.
However, I accept the need for absolute secrecy in this.
This is in fact what has happened.
I'm really not at liberty to discuss this.
We
Nice.
thought it might be the upper part of some buried structure, so we excavated out on all sides, but unfortunately we didn't find anything else.
And
I'm
that can be
intrigued so
covered up by
far.
natural erosion or other forces. It seems to have been deliberately buried.
4 million-year-old black monolith has remained completely inert, except for a single, very powerful radio emission. 3 weeks ago, the American spacecraft
In the future of 2001. It's funny that people thought like 1968, well, to them, 2001 was the future back in 1968, you know, so. I like the spacecrafts in them. The spacecrafts look pretty cool.
Discovery 1 left on its half-billion-mile voyage to Jupiter.
The sixth member of the Discovery crew was the HAL 9000 computer.
Everything is going extremely well.
One gets the sense that he is capable of emotional responses.
Well, hell, I'm dead if I find anything right.
No 9000 computer has ever made a mistake or distorted information.
But Dave, I can't put my finger on it, but I sense something strange.
Just a moment. Just a moment.
Do you know what happened?
I'm sorry, Dave. I don't have enough information.
I don't know why they wouldn't think that I wouldn't like this. I mean, I'm intrigued right off the bat. I mean, all the spaceships in it look really fucking cool, and like the music, you know, it's like a mystery. It's a space mystery. It's like a space opera. So far, I'm intrigued. Like, so I don't know why they would think I would not like this. Because, like I said, ever since I was 6 years old, I've loved sci-fi and space. Hell, I went to space camp when I was 15 years old. So far, it looks good.
Radio contact with him yet?
The radio is still dead.
Hello, Hal, do you read me? Hello, Hal, do you read me? Do you read me, Hal?
Do you read me, Hal?
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal.
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
Oh, good music. Yeah, the trolls don't know what the hell they're talking about. That looked awesome. That looked awesome. I definitely will buy the Blu-ray at some point and check it out. So it just goes to prove you that, again, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they don't know my taste in movies. I just watched the trailer. It looked epic. It looked amazing. I'm probably going to watch it. It looked amazing. All right. So let's watch the other trailer. So that's a good example of them not knowing what the hell they're talking about. 2001 Space Odyssey looked great, you know? It's a little outdated because they made it in 1968, but it still looks pretty good, you know? All right, The Lighthouse. Trailer. I've never seen the trailer for this. Let's see, here we go. Oh, it's a black and white film. Right on. It's been a while since Fears has seen a black and white film.
Tell me, what's a timberman want with being a wiki?
Just looking to earn a living, just like any man. Starting new.
On the run. Keeping secrets, are you?
No, sir.
Why?
Oh, it's got Edward in it. Edward, the guy that played Edward in the Twilight series, he's in this. It's pretty cool that they made it in black and white, you know. Not a lot of people do that these days, you know, that are that bold enough to make it a black and white film. That's cool.
Spill your beans. Why'd you spill your beans? Why'd you spill your beans?
again, I don't understand why they think I wouldn't like this. I mean, this looks interesting. I would sit down and watch this. You know, I mean, it's two guys stuck in a lighthouse, but, you know, it looks interesting. I mean, I definitely would check this out.
How long have we been on this rock? 5 weeks? 2 days? Help me to recollect.
I mean, it looks a little creepy, I'll be honest. It looks a little creepy, but I'm definitely intrigued. I definitely would sit down and like, watch this. Like, I don't understand why they think I wouldn't like it. Like, I thought it was pretty cool that they were so bold. Not a lot of people make black and white films today. Most people use a lot of CGI and color and all that. So it's pretty cool that someone was like, hey, fuck that. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to go back, you know, in time and, you know, because they used to make a lot of black and white movies in the 30s and 40s and 50s and all that. So I'm definitely intrigued because I didn't know it was made in black and white. I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's made in black and white. I'm like, already I'm intrigued. So they both look good. They both look good. I just don't understand why they would think I wouldn't like. I told them in the Discord, I was like, I've loved space ever since I was 6 years old. When I was a kid, I read a bunch of sci-fi comic books. I watched a bunch of sci-fi movies when I was a kid. So I knew I wasn't sure if I was going to like The Lighthouse, but I was like, it's about space, the other one. I'm like, I'm probably going to like it. I just never seen a single frame of it until I just watched this trailer right now. I don't know why I've never heard of 2001 Space Odyssey until somebody brought up. I guess just whenever I was a kid. I guess my dad didn't watch a lot of Stanley Kubrick movies, you know. I remember watching The Shining, like when I was like 14 or 15. Or 16, somewhere around there. Because I know it had to have been after 16 because I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies until 16. So I watched Halloween and The Shining and all that. I don't remember when I watched Full Metal Jacket. Probably after 16, but yeah. Anyway, I liked them both. I'll have to watch the whole movie and I'll get back to you guys and I'll give you a serious review and a serious report. So yeah. I did time you out. Garth, yesterday. You were saying some pretty wild shit in the chat yesterday. No, you didn't miss the mini golf. That's taking place on Saturday. Really, yesterday, me and Larry just kind of chilled out. We just kind of chilled out, and I showed him the Idiots movie that me and my friends made, kind of like our own little jackass, and then I showed him the very first movie I ever made with like a beginning, middle, and end. And I edited it and all that, which was when I became a camp counselor in 2004, and I went to church camp, and this was right before college, but I graduated high school, and in high school I took some video editing classes, so the video editing kind of started senior year of high school, because they had 2 editing classes. And the editing system was, I can't even remember what we edited it on back then. It was ages ago. And I remember my friend, he goes, hey, Fears, my friend had graduated college. He goes, I just graduated college, my friend. He goes, and they asked me to do the movie class at church camp. You want to help me? And I said, oh, yeah, sure, man. He goes, well, in order to help me, and in order to teach a class, he goes, you're not a camp counselor yet. He goes, you got to go through your CIT training. So I took this, which is counselor in training for CIT. So I took my CIT training, became a church camp counselor, and then I got to the camp, and he said, you're going to help me run the class, and we're going to make a movie about the entire week at church camp. He goes, and then at the end of the week, he goes, I'm going to burn a bunch of discs for every single person to have the movie. So we burned 100, 200 copies and gave it to every single person in the camp, and everybody got to have. And I still have it. So that was the very first movie that me and my friend made together. So that was pretty cool. So I showed him those 2, and Larry liked them both. So yeah. But no, you didn't miss the golf match. That is Saturday. I'm looking forward to whipping Larry's ass in golf. I better win, because if I talk all this smack, and then Larry wins, oh man, I'll never hear the end of it. But if by some miracle I lose, guys, I am a man of my word. I will be like, Larry, obviously Fears is a little rusty. You won fair and square. I'll be like, here's your $18. You know, $1 per hole, and I'll take Larry out to dinner on Saturday night. I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of honor, and I will do it. I will do it. So yeah. Anyway, I saw that one, John. And yeah, I remember watching the trailer for Booty Call. So yeah. Lighthouse is part of the multi-universe. Batman versus the Green Goblin. That's true. That's true. Robert played Batman, and I think the other actor is William Dafoe. I think is how you say his last name. Jason, correct me if I'm wrong. If I mispronounced his last name, I think it's William Dafoe, and he played the Green Goblin, and they both did a great job. He played a good villain, and then Robert kicked ass as Batman. The only thing I didn't like about Robert's Batman is the Batmobile. I thought the Batmobile could have been a little bit better, but his actual performance as Bruce Wayne / Batman, perfect. I liked how they portrayed the Batcave, and I like how they portrayed Wayne Manor. It just is. I'll be honest, Jason. The Batmobile in that one, it could have been better. But I think they did that on purpose because his Batman is like at the start of the movie. It says like Batman has been Batman for only 2 years, so he's still kind of building his technology, building his suit. So they probably wanted a unfinished, unperfected Batmobile. Because if Batman was an actual person, an actual guy, an actual hero, because Batman is pretty practical. Somebody could do that in real life. Take a billionaire, someone that has a shitload of money, build a mansion, and then underneath the mansion, build a cave down there underneath his mansion, and then if he has a shitload of money, someone could become Batman. So Batman is very practical. Someone could actually be that hero in real life if they really wanted to, you know. Not that anyone would want to, but I'm just saying Batman's a very practical superhero. He doesn't have a bunch of superpowers. He has gadgets. You can make gadgets if you have shitloads of money, you know. I actually preferred his Batmobile to others. It was more realistic. And you know what? I think that's what they were going for. I don't know. I'd say my favorite I've probably got two favorite. No, I've probably got 3 Batmobiles, Jason. My favorite Batmobile is obviously Michael Keaton's. That's a very practical Batmobile too. I mean, his is very practical and very realistic. So I like that one. That's probably my first favorite. I love Batman Forever's Batmobile. Like how it had that blue engine underneath like the scales. I don't know, I just like that third one. And then obviously I like the 1960s one, you know, with Adam West. Those are my 3 favorites. If I had to pick a fourth one, the Batman Begins one is very realistic too. I mean, that's a prototype, and then he basically just took a prototype car that like failed and said, you know what, even though this car failed, I'll just take it and I'll spray paint it black and I'll put some weapons on it, and it was like that car was supposed to be meant for something else, and it was tanned. So that one's very realistic too. So if I had to pick a fourth one, that's my 4th favorite. But the one that is the most absolute shitty is probably the Batman and Robin Batmobile. And they only use it for like 2 or 3 scenes, and that's it. That one sucks. Hell, I like Robert's unfinished, like, muscle car Batmobile better than the fucking Batman and Robin one. That one is so fucking shitty. That one's so fucking terrible. Crap. Garbage. So, yeah. Just muscle car with some add-ons. I mean, yeah, that's very true. Very true. There's no sun out, so I'm tilting the camera so it's not so dark. But yeah, so that's my forte on that. I just don't understand why they would think I wouldn't like Space Odyssey. The trailer looks amazing. I'm actually really looking forward to sitting down and watching this whole film. So, and the lighthouse, it looks very creepy, kind of like I don't know what to take of it. It looks like two guys are stuck in a lighthouse and they're going insane, basically. That's what I took from it. And it's taking every amount of energy of them not to kill each other because they're stuck on that island with the lighthouse. That's what it looked like to me. So, anyway. All right, let's get to the topics today. I was gonna watch this last night after Larry left, but I thought, you know what? I've only got a couple more episodes, so I finished season 4 of Knight Rider. So I'm gonna tell you guys my favorite. I'll give you my rating and I'll give you guys my favorite episodes because a lot of episodes are good, but a lot of episodes are bad. So. And then the second one is I love Unsolved Mysteries. Look at all these Unsolved Mysteries. Right there and back. So, bam, all this right here is Unsolved Mysteries. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 6 cases, and each case has like 20 or 30 episodes of Unsolved Mysteries. So I got as many I think there's one DVD still out there, like on eBay, that I need to find. I love Unsolved Mysteries. I know they tried to remake it with like a different host. Nothing against that host. I'm sure that host is a good actor, but Robert Stack, man, you know, his voice and then the fucking trench coat, like over his little fucking like shoulder blades with his little shirt and tie. He was fucking great. So. I found an Unsolved Mysteries quiz that I'm going to take, and real quick, let's take that quiz before I review. Let's see how good Fears does on this quiz. Again, I've never seen this quiz. I literally just went on Google and wrote Unsolved Mysteries quiz. Bam, hit enter. This one popped up. So this has got 11 questions. Some are true and false, some are multiple choice. So the first question says, what is the Native American name for Bigfoot? The Abominable Snowman or Sasquatch? Ooh. I mean, that's both the name of Bigfoot. Because it goes by Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Abominable Snowman, but I think the Native American one is Sasquatch. Let's see if I'm right. So. Yep, Sasquatch. I got it right. Okay. Sweet. All right. Number 2. So far, so good. Number 2. What part of the world do people usually claim to have seen Bigfoot? Southwest United States, Midwestern United States, Northwest. I mean, there have been reports in the Midwest, but I don't know where most people. It's either Midwestern United States or Northwest. I'm going to go with Northwest United States. So, yep, I got it right. Northwest United States. Cool. So 2 for 2, my friends. 2 for 2. So far, not too shabby. All right. Number 3. Let me just scroll down here. Everybody loves a mystery, fact or opinion. It's either like one or the other, multiple choice. Fact or opinion. I would say that's an opinion. I mean, I would like to think everybody would like a good murder mystery or a good mystery of any kind, but it's up to people's opinions. Like I could like something and that person wouldn't like the same as me, but as humans, you know, we try to figure out the unknown. Some more than others. So, but some people don't like mysteries, you know, so I'm going to say that's an opinion. Yep, it's an opinion. Okay. Because I was like, do I know everyone's thoughts, on the planet Earth? No. So I was like, that one was pretty easy. All right. What is in the Bermuda Triangle? The Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean. Ooh! I know what the Bermuda Triangle is. It's basically a triangle in a big body of water. And if they go into that body of water, a lot of, planes have crashed in the water. A lot of ships have sunk for no reason, and people don't know why. They've just gotten lost. But I just don't remember what ocean it is. Let's see. Pacific, Indian, or Atlantic? I want to say it's the Pacific. Let's see if I'm right. No. Damn it. It was the Atlantic. Ah, well. That was a guess, because I had no idea. I had no clue, my friends. So, gotten one wrong so far, gotten 3 right. All right, number 5. In the Bermuda Triangle, what has happened to make it a mysterious place in the world? A, ships and planes break in half, ships and planes vanish. That's what it is. It's vanished. They vanish. So they either crash, or they vanish completely, or they sink for some reason. They just vanish off the face of the earth, and nobody knows why. Yep, ships and planes vanish. Okay, pretty good. Only gotten one wrong. All right, number 6. What could the cause of the ships and planes disappearing, or what could be the cause of the ships and planes disappearing in the Bermuda Triangle? Unusual lightning, rough water, and storms. Portal to another dimension. I'm going to say rough water and storms could be a key factor on making a plane crash, or what if the water's so rough it could sink the boat, So I'm going to say that. And I was right. Rough water and storms. All right, here we go. Supernatural. So number 7, supernatural forces causes disappearances of planes and ships in the Bermuda Triangle. Fact or opinion? Well, I mean, that's another opinion. So I'm going to say that's an opinion, and everyone's entitled to their opinion, but we don't really know why they disappear. They just do. They vanish, So I would say that's an opinion. And I was right. So far, I'm doing really good. I have only gotten one wrong. Let's see here. Number 8. The lake that claims to be the home to the Loch Ness Monster. I'm sorry. The lake in... I'm so tired. Excuse me. I know how to read, I promise. The lake in Scotland. I don't know how to pronounce the name of this lake. Claims to be the home of the Loch Ness Monster. I know the Loch Ness Monster is in a lake. I just don't know I don't remember the name of the lake. So I don't know if that's true or false. Let's see here. I know the Loch Ness monster. He swims in a bunch of lakes and in the sea and stuff. But I don't know if it's. Let's see. I want to say fact. Let's see here. I was right. Okay, cool. I just didn't know how to pronounce the name of the lake. But also, like in history, I guess the Loch Ness Monster, he swims in a lot of lakes, but people have also claimed to see him like in the open ocean too. So, unless he got out of that lake and went to the ocean, I don't know. All right. What is one theory about the Loch Ness Monster? Nessie could be what? A kind of dinosaur, a kind of sea snake, a kind of alligator. I believe the history is it's a form of a dinosaur that's still alive. Let's see if I'm right. And I was right. Okay. I'm doing really good. I've only missed one. So, not too shabby. That was number 8. All right, question number 9. Oh, wait, no, we just did 9. Question number 10. What kind of evidence has there been to prove that the Loch Ness Monster could be real? Blurry photos, photo prints, DNA samples. Well, footprints, there's they've never gotten any DNA samples from the Loch Ness Monster. And then footprints is more like Bigfoot. Bigfoot, they've gotten footprints and random animal hair and stuff like that. So I'm going to say it's blurry photos. You would think someone would be able to get like a clear photo in this age of technology. So there we are. Yep, blurry photos. All right, number 11. There is no substantial evidence to prove if these things... I'm sorry. Why does... Oh, God, I can't even read right now. I'm fucking tired. Excuse me. Why does the world have unexplained mysteries? A or B? A, there's no substantial evidence to prove if these things are actually real. B, there is lots of proof for scientists to confirm these strange things. I mean, both of these are kind of true. You know, like sometimes scientists, to prove an unsolved mystery, they've got some proof, they've got some evidence, but just not enough evidence to prove whether what happened that way or if it's true or not. And then sometimes in a mystery, they look for evidence and there's not a lot of evidence. They go on theories. So this is going to be hard. I'm going to say, I have to pick one. I'm going to say there's lots of proof for scientists to confirm these strange things. That's what I'm going to say. Oh, wow, I got it wrong. There's no substantial evidence to prove if these things are actually real. That's not true, though. That's not true. Like, in a mystery, they either have no evidence or they've got some evidence. Because anytime you watch Unsolved Mysteries, so I'm not saying that I got that one wrong. That's bullshit. I only got one right. I only got one wrong. That one that I just got wrong, that makes no damn sense. In every single mystery, it's either very cut and dry. Either you have no evidence and you don't know what the fuck's going on, or there's some evidence and then you don't have enough evidence to prove what happened in this unsolved mystery. So that's bullshit, that fucking last question. Because every mystery that happens, the police or scientist or FBI or whoever always finds some type. They just don't usually have enough evidence to go, well, I don't know what the fuck happened. Something happened here, but we don't know how to solve this case because we only have this amount of evidence. So we're going to leave the case open because we don't know what the fuck happened, but we only found this evidence, blah, blah, blah. So I think that fucking quiz at the end was fucking rigged, man. That doesn't make any sense. Why does the world have unexplained mysteries? There's no substantial evidence to prove all these things, which is not true. That's true on some, like, unsolved mysteries. But then others, it's B. There is lots of proof. Because some mysteries have a lot of proof. Some don't. So, fuck that quiz. That's bullshit. Anyway, I didn't do that bad. I only got one wrong. Well, technically I got two wrong. But the last question they're full of shit. So, technically, Fears only got one wrong. So, yeah. Anyway. All right, my friends, time for this. So, all right, so one thing about Season 4, it just ends abruptly. They don't, like, really say why the show is ending. They just end it on Michael's next mission. They don't, you know how, like, some sitcoms or some TV shows, they solve everything on the last episode and kind of close it up. They don't close anything up. So I was like, I wonder why they didn't do that. Maybe because they thought, they were going to have a 5th season, but they didn't. After the 4th season, I did some research. They did the TV movie. They did the Knight Rider 2000. After Knight Rider 2000, they did Team Knight Rider in the early 90s, which it wasn't just about Kit. It was about Kit and five other Knight Rider cars. That's why it's Team Knight Rider. Then they revamped Knight Rider with a muscle car, and they called it the Knight Industry 3000, so Kit. and Val Kilmer did the voice of Kit. And for some reason, it only did one season, and I've never watched that one season. I've always wanted to find it on eBay, buy that one season, watch it. And I know David Hasselhoff was a guest host for one of the shows, and he played Michael Knight again. So I've always wanted to see that. Never gotten a chance to, but that's basically the history of Knight Rider. So yeah, many people didn't like the muscle car, the Mustang, in the revamped sequel. And it had the red light, and it had all the gadgets and stuff on it, but I guess people like the black Trans Am Kit car better. I do. I think Kit looks way cooler as the Trans Am. Nothing against Mustangs. I like Mustangs. That's a cool car. Just, I don't know. Anyway, that's the history. I looked up the history, so let me... Oh, a disc fell out. So, let me tell you guys my favorite scenes, and then I'll give you my rating. So, there we go. Alright, so, Episode 1, Night of the Juggernaut, Part 1 and Part 2, awesome. That is an awesome episode. Kidnap, that's crap. Sky Knight, crap. Burial Ground, crap. Let's see here. Disc 2, The Wrong Crowd. That's a good episode. Night Sing, that's crap. Many Happy Returns, that's crap. Night Racer, that's good. Night Behind Bars, that's good. And then, let's see. Disc 3. Night Song, that's okay. The Scent of the Roses, that's crap. Killer Kit, that's good. Out of the Woods, that's crap. Deadly Nightshade, that's good. Redemption of a Champion, that's good. And then Disc 4, Night of a Thousand Devils, that's good. Hills of Fire, that's good. Night Flight to Freedom, that's crap. Fright Night, that's good. Night of the Rising Sun, that's good. And then the very last episode, Voodoo Night, that's really good. So, some good, some bad, but all in all, not too bad. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So probably the next show that I'm going to watch, or that I'm going to finish, I'm on the 8th season. The 8th season of Little House on the Prairie. It's right there. So I'm going to finish that, and then I'll review it for you guys. So, it had 9 seasons, so I'm on the 8th. I haven't watched any of that because as soon as my mom bought me Knight Rider for Christmas, I was like, I'm going to put Little House on the Prairie on hold, and I'm going to get on some Knight Rider. So, there it is. Alright. And the very last topic is, I'm going to ask the fans and me some deep questions because Fears has kind of put his life on hold ever since my dad and my grandma passed away, but I definitely don't want to work at, FedEx my whole life. I thought about giving the flight attendant thing another chance because you can try as many times as you want. I am afraid to try it again because I hate failing. I was so close the first time. It was down to the last week, and I'm not a good test taker, so I get really nervous when I take tests. But I almost did. I passed every test except for the last test. But when I was flying home, I flew on Frontier, and I told some guy that I tried out, and he said, "Oh, you should do it again." He goes, it's gotten a lot easier. And I was like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, back in the day you could only take one retake test. And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Now they give you like 3 or 4 retake tests." He goes, "They need people." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I said, "I've always had 2 passions." And he said, "What 2 passions?" I said, "I've always loved movies and stuff." And I said, "I've always loved traveling." So I said, I think like flying on an airplane like all day, every day, for a job would be cool, And plus you get free travel, so the possibilities for the vlogs are mind-blowing if I had that, So I don't know, we'll see. So that's been gnawing at my brain. But I pulled up these questions. It says, how often do you set goals for yourself? Not as much as I'd like to. I set little goals for me to achieve each day, but I need to set big goals. Where do you find purpose in your life? I would say in my videos. That's my purpose, I believe, in life, to entertain people and make people laugh and stuff, That's what I would like my purpose to be. Do you think people have a higher calling in life? I would like to think so, because I definitely believe in a higher plane, after you die, Do you think you could live in another country? Oh, I would love to live a portion of my life in England, Like maybe like whenever I retire, like buy a nice little cottage, one of those British cottages and live like in a small little town. I would love to live in England for a little bit. That'd be sweet. So yeah. What's one thing about your work that you like? The people that I work with. The people that I work with. Besides that Natasha bitch that tried to start some shit with Fears. But now I don't have to worry about her because I guess my bosses got sick and tired of Natasha's bullshit, and they said, hey, Natasha, fuck you. You're out of here. So, besides Natasha, I hate that bitch. Everybody else that I work with is the most nicest people in the entire world. So, that's probably a biggie. I like that everyone gets along. I love the teamwork at FedEx, and even though we have a shitload of boxes, like we get on it, we get the job done, lickety split, So that's probably the main one, All right. What have you been most proud of recently? Probably how I've been handling my grandma, my dad's death. There's that, and then I'm pretty proud that I've been working at the same company for the last 2.5, almost 3 years now, and I've been pretty proud about that. I've been pretty proud of me getting the content out quicker. So yeah. I mean, there's other things that I'm proud of, but those 3 things come to mind, Is it easy for you to ask help? Sometimes. Sometimes, like any person, I try to do everything myself, but there's been a few times where I've had to, knuckle down and or bend over, whatever you want to call it, and ask for help. So I only ask for help when I absolutely need it, because I like to be as independent as I can. But there's been times where I've had to call my dad or call my mom and be like, hey, I'm kind of in trouble. I could really use your advice and I could really use your help. But I haven't had to do that in quite a long time. So it depends. I guess that question, it depends on the situation, But so far, things have been getting really good. The last thing I want to talk about before I go is Fears. I'm telling you, February has been a pretty busy month for Fears. I've got Larry, coming by today and Saturday and Sunday. And then my best friend, Eric, is taking a big family vacation with his wife, his mom, his mom's husband. Eric's sister is coming with their 2 kids and with Eric's sister's husband. So there's like 10 to 20 of my friends' family members coming. And they said, hey, Fears, they said, most of my family has met you, but they said some members of my family haven't met you. They want to meet you. And they said, well, Fears, we haven't hung out. He goes, because we couldn't. Me and my best buddy Eric, we're like best friends. And he goes, well, Fears, obviously I couldn't hang out with you last time you were in town because, Eric, I did go over to Eric and his wife made me dinner, but so that was kind of a hang out. But he goes, yeah, but because I looked at him, I Skyped him one day, and he said, well, Fears, he goes, you can't really count that as a hangout. He goes, my wife was just being nice because your grandmother just died. I said, well, it was kind of a hangout. He goes, no, he goes, I'm talking about, when's the last time we did, like, an actual, like, nothing went wrong, Fears, a buddy-buddy, like, fun hangout. I said, that's been over a year. He goes, yeah, Fears. So he said, my sister's kids, they want to do, like, a big family vacation at Disney World. So he said, when I'm in town, he goes, I'm going to sneak away for a day, and you and me are going to hang out. He goes, and then, he goes, I know you just bought a season pass last December. I said, I did. And he goes, have you used it yet? I said, oh, yeah. I said, I've used it like 3 or 4 times so far. He goes, great. He goes, so it paid for itself already. I said, yeah. I said, just about. And I said, I paid $1,000 for it, you know, or, I'm sorry, over $1,000. And he goes, yeah, so if you've used it 4 or 5 times, buddy, he goes, it'll pay for itself. He goes, I want you to come with us. He goes, you don't have to come every day we go to Disney, but he goes, at least one day come and hang out with me and my family. I said, I'd love to. So that's coming up. So my best buddy arrives the 17th, and they arrive on the 17th, and then they leave the 24th. So I said, well, buddy, I have to work and stuff. So I said, I'll definitely come out and hang out with your family and go to Disney like at least 1 or 2 of those days. I said, then Eric really wants to go. Eric's never been to the Orlando Hulk Hogan's Beach Shop. And I said, oh, dude, I said, I've went there with Randy. I went there by myself. I said, dude, I'm all about that. I said, let's go. I said, I haven't bought any Hulk Hogan t-shirts in a while. And he goes, how many times have you went there, Fears? And I said, at least 3. I said, 1 with Tommy NC 2010, 1 with Randy, and then 1 by myself. Oh, no, twice by myself. So twice by myself, 1 with Randy, and 1 with Tommy. So that's 4 times. So the 5th time would be me taking Eric to the Orlando one, because Eric was like, well, Fears, I've been to the one in Clearwater, because there's two Hulk Hogan's beach shops. There's one where Hulk Hogan lives in Clearwater. He literally lives like down, his mansion is like literally down the street from his beach shop in Clearwater. I've never been to the Clearwater one. I've always wanted to go to that one, and that's where his restaurant is. So one day I'm going to drive out there, get something to eat at his restaurant, put that in the vlog, and then before I come back home, I'm going to go check out his beach shop in Clearwater. And Eric said, oh, well, Fears, we're the reverse. He goes, when I lived there in Florida, he goes, I would go to the beach shop in Clearwater all the time. He goes, I've just never had a chance to go to the one in Orlando. And I said, we can do that, buddy. We can definitely do that. So, it's definitely been busy in February. So, yeah. Well, guys, that's all I got for you today. But later on, Larry's coming over. I don't know what we're going to do today. I'm just waiting for Larry to call me. I don't know. It depends on when his daughter's cheerleading thing gets done. So I've just been I've been editing, and then I took the tree down. The tree is finally down. I'm just putting some things away, and I'm going to do some laundry, and I'm just going to wait for Larry, and we'll see where the day takes us. I'm charging the vlog camera right now. So there we are. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. But I'm going to take off. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to FearsMan26. Fears Vlogs is the 2nd channel. Subscribe to my friend Larry Tate, because he makes content now. Subscribe to the Shadow Collector. Jason, I am going to get that Jason Voorhees box set. Because, buddy, holy shit. Ever since you showed that to me, even though it's like, what, $127? My God, that thing looks fucking awesome. So I'm going to save up some money, take some money out of a paycheck or 2, and buy that ASAP. So, yeah. Don't forget to follow Tommy NC 2010, my friends. All right, I'm taking off, but this is Fears, signing off. Peace. Deuces. I'll see you guys later.